Hello and welcome to Recruiter 360 TV, powered by Harrington Starr. I'm Toby and introducing to you today is Mr. Scott Richardson. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you, very good.
So Scott, our Head of Marketing. Some exciting times over at Harrington Starr. We've just been announced by LinkedIn Talent Solutions as one of the 25 most socially engaged recruiters, staffing companies I believe, in the world. 60,000 people, we've come in 12th.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I mean, we're obviously over the moon to have been recognised from a personal point of view as well. Being socially engaged is essentially my remit, so it feels pretty good to get an accolade such as that, especially from someone as recognised as LinkedIn. I think from a company point of view, it kind of goes a long way to showing a lot of the guys in the office, a lot of the consultants, that the hard work they're putting in from a content generation point of view, the spreading of the magazine and sharing of that, our video channel that we're obviously on today, it is being recognised by the industry. So yeah, we're really happy to have got the recognition. 12th is out of 60,000. It sounds pretty good. Yeah. We always want to go higher, but we've got to start somewhere as our first kind of major accolade as well. I think we take a top 25. Excellent.
Well, it's fantastic news for everyone involved. Why is it important? Why is it, you mentioned the magazines, you mentioned the video, you mentioned a lot of the content that we produce. Why has this been important to the strategy of the business?
I would say, harking back 7 years, when it was founded, yourself, it was a pretty busy marketplace. You could probably, throw a shoe in the air and follow the direction, and you'd walk into any number of recruitment companies. So since day one, there's been a big emphasis on how can we differentiate ourselves. Obviously, core rule number one is make sure we do the day job right, that recruitment part, that delivery focus, and making sure that the service we provide is up to scratch. But around that, being able to provide a consultative approach through expert content, expert advice on the marketplace. It started with an A4 sheet of paper with a little update on the market, and that's evolved into a now kind of quarterly magazine going out to upwards of 70,000-80,000 professionals within the industry. We've obviously got the North Star side as well coming up with their own magazine. And those sorts of things, along with, like we mentioned before, the video content, the consistent updating of our website and LinkedIn profiles with relevant information from the guys on the front line who are seeing what's going on in the marketplace. I think you'd be hard pushed to find another company who's doing as much as we're doing from an information providing service, along with obviously our core business of recruitment.
So that information providing, we speak a lot internally about community. The strapline of the business is your success, our business. What does that mean? How would you describe that community aspect and what we're trying to do with this content?
So again, I'd probably look at the industry itself as being very much a people industry. You're not going to get far in recruitment if you don't build that personal network. And what we're trying to do with everything that we provide from a marketing suite is give people the opportunity to grow their network and use the Harrington Starr name. So when we say your success, our business, that isn't just from a point of, if you want to grow your business, come to us. We can obviously help it. That's one part of it. But actually, by coming to us, you're going to have access to everyone else that we've worked with in the past. You'll have access to the thought leaders who are contributing new articles to each magazine every quarter. The guys who are coming in and ladies who are coming in, being interviewed and driving that conversation in the space. So I think when we say your success is our business, we mean that on every front. There's
it's the ability to grow that brand, isn't it? It's of our customers, the ability to grow the networks as well as the teams. I think that's been a really important part of the strategy of the business, hasn't it? To make sure that we aren't another recruitment business just asking for more jobs, etc. It's been the whole concept of how can we really position ourselves in the middle of a community, connect that community and be more valuable because of it. And that's the professional service I think we've been looking to build, right?
100%, and we're looking to be as far reaching as possible. We've obviously launched the New York office, and a lot of our content came from that side of the pond, and in an attempt to kind of draw attention to that side, and they've seen unrivaled success in their first sort of 12 to 18 months out there. You know, there's not many companies that would have launched in a brand new city and gone through 2 office moves due purely to growth. And I think a hell of a lot of that comes down to having a great brand behind them, and obviously that deliverability, those deliverables that they can offer from a pure recruitment perspective as well.
The other thing that's interesting in the way that LinkedIn have put this together is it's a very sort of precise scoring mechanism, I guess, isn't it? And that's how they take all the data from not just how people are engaging with the brand and the content you put out, but also how engaged your team are. How much of this is down to what the team are doing on a day-to-day basis?
Well, that's it. I think a huge amount of kudos has to go to the guys, just from every individual out there. You know, to take LinkedIn again as the example, there's not one consultant in there who's got less than, say, 1,000, 1,200 followers. And when you multiply that by the amount of people just in that room, you see your reach is just incredible, how far one kind of snippet can go in that marketplace. You couple that with the Harrington Starr profile itself, you know, over 20,000 followers from a company perspective, and you combine that with the kind of the personal branding of each of the consultants. And
their networks after that.
And their networks after that. You know, one light leads on to another, and you know yourself, the 6 degrees of separation is frightening how far you can get with just one chain. So not only are the guys obviously generating the content with the market commentaries, with their articles they put together every month, but just by them being engaged and seeing Harrington Starr content and taking the time to like, share and spread that around their networks, not to mention their own kind of personal mailings that they'll send out. A huge amount of credit needs to go to every consultant in there.
And why is it important to do this? Why is it important, and how does it help the business for this sort of thing to be happening?
So I think again to go back to the earlier point is just differentiating yourself. It's such a busy, loud industry. It's so easy to get kind of lost with the others, and being able to differentiate yourself from a pure recruitment perspective. And by doing so, you know, show that you actually care about what you're dealing with. I don't think the guys would be able to put out the sort of articles they were putting out, and the informed news bulletins that they put out on a monthly basis if they didn't care about what they were talking about. And so it's that little bit of love, a little bit of kind of putting themselves in their audience's shoes. And being able to relate to that, and that really comes through when you see them on camera, when you see them see an email or see a message on LinkedIn from one of the guys. You kind of know that there's been a bit of thought put into that.
So it's been a great effort so far. At the top of the show, you said we're 12th. There's still 11. There's still 11 places to climb.
100%.
What's next for it?
So so again, we keep on building on what we've got. You know, our latest magazine is out from the financial technologist point of view. Hard copies of those have just arrived in the office. So we're looking forward to sending them out, getting them across desks across London and New York. Obviously, as we look to build out the other brands across Harrington Starr, the Exec Search, New York, Technology Consulting, and obviously the North Star as well. It's making sure that all of those subsidiaries of the Harrington Starr group are up on that pedestal in the top 1%, as we talk about. And obviously we've got the new website coming out as well. So our kind of plan with that is to have that released early 2018, hopefully January. And to really become a destination point. So, you know, anyone who's working in the financial services or wants to work with true technologists or find out what's going on in their market has a point that they know they can go to at any time and find relevant content, relevant information, jobs or potential employees if needed.
I think that's a really important aspect, isn't it? That destination site and driving people to our website through LinkedIn is a wonderful way of doing that. So we can inform, engage, entertain people within our industry. So
100%, yeah. onwards and upwards.
So even more to come.
Even more to come. We will not rest until we've got that #1 spot.
Scott, well done. It's a fantastic achievement. Thank you from us to everyone at LinkedIn for helping us get there, and to everyone for engaging, reading and sharing our content. Thanks for everyone for watching, and we will see you again very soon. Well done, Scott.